In this video, you will understand what an histogram is, what kind of data needs an histogram to visualize, and later we will plot an histogram and actually interpret it for key insights. So let's begin by first plotting the histogram. And we've got a data set here of annual salaries that different companies are offering for these data jobs. For example, one company pays 140,000 for data engineer, another one 135,000, and another one 115,000. Okay, let's plot it. Select those two columns, go to Insert tab, Recommended Charts, All Charts, Histogram. So let's adjust it to fit the space that we do have. Okay, as you can see that most of the values are bunched on the left side of our graph, but the graph stretches all the way to the right. So this is what we called right skewness. The graph has been skewed to the right even though most of the values are on the left. And what makes this happen is what we call the outliers, values that are unusually high. In this case, there are some salaries that are even about 960,000. I calculated some statistical values here. The mean, which is the 0th quartile, first quartile, the second quartile, which is the median, and third quartile, and the maximum, which is the fourth quartile. And as you can see that the maximum value is 960,000, and so such values are stretching our graph to the right. And for us to get to avoid bias, we need to filter these salaries just to retain what we need. In this case, we can filter to around 250,000, something like that. So let's go to select those headers, go to Data tab, Filter, and come to Number Filters. Less than or equal to, we want our values less than or equal to 250,000 to avoid the bias brought by outliers. It will take some time, so let's wait. We now have it, and it took some time because this is a huge data set of about 32,000 rows. Let's continue. So let's readjust it again like that. Okay, now I don't like how the horizontal axis values are. It is difficult to read them. So what you do, while it is selected, right click, go to Format Axis, and come to this number and ensure the category is custom. Ensure the category is custom, and then you need to format this code. And I want it, instead of displaying 15,000, 20,200, I want them to display 15K. So the 1,000 values to be represented with a K. And to do that, write a $sign there because we need it. And then 0. If you want decimal to increase a decimal point, decimal places, you put a decimal point, and then every other 0 that you put there represents the number of decimal places. In this case, we don't need decimal places. So after 0, put a comma, and then double quotes, capital K, double quotes, and that will do it. That will do it. Click Add. Very nice. So now it is legible. We can at least read them, but I want them to pop up and be so conspicuous. And to do that, let me click Ctrl B to bold them and change the color to black. So that is better. I'll do the same thing with the vertical axis. Ctrl B, the black color. Alright. And I want to do something else. I want to add, at least I know that these are the salaries, but I don't exactly know what these are. But we know that they represent the frequency or the count of salaries within these ranges. So in that case, come to this plus icon to display chart elements, and let's come to axis titles, but I am particularly interested with the primary vertical. So check that and it will appear, and click on it and it should be the job count, or rather the frequency, whatever way you will put it. Control A, Control B. Let me increase the font size to about at least 14 is better, and I'll change the color to something like green. Okay. The chat title, I usually want my title to be an intriguing question that will direct the person to see exactly what I want them to see. So in this case, I might write my title as which or what will, let me say, what will my starting salary, or rather, where will my starting salary highly likely fall? Oh, that is too much. Likely fall. Let me change the color to green again. So suppose I am starting out in data science career and I want to check where will my starting salary likely fall, and from this we can tell that it will fall most probably between 88k to 93k. Why? Because this bar is so high. So the height of these bars represent the high frequency, or the number of times salaries in that range appear. Okay, so that is it for an histogram, and thank you for watching.